Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is April and today is Weigh-In Monday. It's also Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody. And I thought not only would I do my weigh-in information, but I would show you what I'm having for supper tonight. It's cheese ravioli. I prefer to have with mushroom and spinach in it, but that wasn't available to me today, so I don't know. These look pretty perfect. I made them myself, rolled them out and cut them, and they almost look so perfect you would think they came from the frozen section at the grocery store. So, okay, maybe they did. So today I was going to talk about a few things. I want to discuss different mysteries that are out there. Do you ever wonder about mysteries? You know, like where's Jimmy Hoffa buried, things like that. And so I was going to bring up a few mysteries that I wonder about. Now, one of the first mysteries I wonder about is why when I go on my YouTube thing where it shows how many views and things I have, it says I have plus subscribers, but the number on my channel still stays the same. That is a mystery I would like to have solved. If anyone knows, let me know. But actually, the other real mysteries I want to talk about. One, and my husband's going to roll his eyes when I say this, is Bigfoot.
I'm sorry. Bigfoot is real fucker.
You're supposed to roll your eyes silently, so I can't hear you. And he has no belief in it at all. I want to believe in it because I think it would be so neat if they found out that there was really a Bigfoot. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, we would have, found a body by now. But, they have found species of monkeys and stuff that they never knew existed just over the past maybe 6 years or so. So you never know. I always say I'm going to be vindicated and someday they will find a Bigfoot. The other one is Amelia Earhart. I always wondered what happened to her. Now, there's been a couple of theories. One was that she landed on an island or crashed on an island and there were cannibals and things like that. And then I just recently heard this past year that there were pictures of her with her airplane being towed in by a Japanese ship. And it had a picture of her kind of from the back sitting there with the Japanese. So I don't know. Those are just a couple of the mysteries. But my main mystery I always want to know about. Oh, by the way, these raviolis, all I do is you buy them frozen from the store. You boil them. They take 3 to 5 minutes once they're floating on top. And one of the way I make them, the way I did today, is I put a little salt and pepper, a little olive oil, and Parmesan cheese on them. And I love them that way. But the mystery I was going to talk about today, and this is probably more for people who read Agatha Christie, will wonder about this mystery of when she disappeared for 11 days. And what happened was, it was 1926. And her mother had died, and she had been taking care of, the business, her mom's estate and all that. And when she got back, her husband, Archibald Christie, told her he was in love with another woman and he was going to leave her and be with this other woman. And that woman's last name was Neal. And I can't remember if it was Nancy Neal or Teresa Neal. But he went out that night and they went to some friend's house, him and this Nancy or Teresa, Miss Neal. And Agatha Christie, is about 9:30 at night. She went up, kissed her daughter goodnight, and left 3 notes, one for her housekeeper, one for her husband, and one for her brother-in-law. And she took off in her car. Well, she wasn't seen again for 11 days. And they found her car. It was up on some sort of ditch thing. And there was a pond by there. And where I guess a couple of kids had drowned a few years earlier. But they had no idea where she was. And so it was a great big, search for her. I think it was the first time they actually used airplanes to look for a person. And there were psychics and mediums. They went to the spot to see if they could get any vibes. And even, I think it was the guy who did Sherlock Holmes. He took her glove to a medium, see if he could get any vibes or information. But they just could not find her anywhere. People were looking. They had like 1,000 to 1,500 police looking for her. And her brother-in-law said that his note or letter from her just said that she was taking some time off and she just needed a break. The housekeeper's note said just basically domestic things, to do with the household. And her husband refused to say what his said. Well, it turned out she was at this spa and she had checked in under the name Teresa Neal, the same name, or at least last name, as her husband's mistress. And people said she had just been dancing there and acting just regular, even though the papers had all this stuff about her in it, and she just didn't seem to acknowledge it or realize it. Well, somebody there who was playing in the band, a banjo player, he recognized her and reported it to the police. The police told her husband. And when she got there, I guess she looked at her husband very blankly, like, who are you? And he took her home, and there was a big outcry because a lot of people were like, hey, she's just playing games and, trying to set her husband up to make it look like he did something. She had just finished the book, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, and I don't know if you've ever read that, but it's really one of her, she's got all of her books I love. But there's been a couple of theories. One, of course, was the one she knew what she was doing, and she was trying to set her husband up. The second one was her husband said she had temporary amnesia. She says that when she hit that thing, she hit the steering wheel, and after that, she just did not remember anything. And the third thing was doctors now are saying she went into this kind of, I don't know how you pronounce it, fugue type thing, to where like she was so depressed and everything that she just kind of wanted to step out of her own life, and she became someone else. And when they had asked her husband about, do you know anything about this name she's going under? He denied knowing anything about it. So they took her home, and 2 years later, she finally divorced her husband, and he married this Nancy or Teresa Neal. And she ended up marrying a man quite a few years younger than her. He was an archaeologist, and that's why a lot of her later books were in Egypt or anything. But she never would talk about it or tell really what had happened and what had been going on. So it's always kind of been a mystery of what really happened with her. And so I guess if I had some mysteries to be solved, that would be one of them. And like I said, Amelia Earhart, and my husband's looking at me, Bigfoot. So if you have any mysteries and his socks, he says ever since I've moved in here, his socks have been disappearing. So I don't know anything about the socks. I always tell him, if you put them in the hamper, I wash them and they go to your dresser. If they don't make it to the hamper, I don't know. But the socks, yes, that is a mystery. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any mysteries that you find very fascinating and wish you knew the answers to. And did I even tell what I lost on my weight? I said I was weighing Monday. Oh, I lost 2 pounds. And I'm very happy about that. I feel I actually earned that this time, with my walking with the dogs and stuff. And so I feel like I'm back on track again. So thank you for watching. Thank you for those who commented on my video with my granddaughters. Oh, and I always forget to say, please like and subscribe to my channel. So I actually remember that this time. I meant to say it at the beginning, so I wouldn't forget.
Don't be unsubscribing, subscribe.
My husband says, and don't be unsubscribing. That's how he's trying to explain to me why I'm not having more people on there. So y'all have a great day. Have a happy Labor Day. And I will see you either sometime this week or if not, for sure Monday. Bye.